Hello, today we will start with the first chapter of our course, How to be the Perfect ESA Owner. Let's start. What is an ESA? An emotional support animal is a cat or dog or any other pet that helps alleviate symptoms of an emotional or mental disability through companionship and affection. There is no set of rules of animals that can or cannot be considered ESAs. However, many airline companies, landlords, and most importantly, licensed mental health professionals will not allow or write an emotional support animal letter for a pet who does not provide you with the proper care you need for a mental or emotional condition. At CertaPet, it is our policy to only allow dogs, cats, and rabbits as ESAs. While we understand some people have different animals who offer them support, our licensed mental health professionals cannot write letters for them due to zoning issues, public safety, and flying or housing regulations. You do not need to register your ESA. If a site is asking you to register your emotional support animal or only offers you a certificate rather than a letter, then it's considered a scam. The only thing that you need is a letter signed by a licensed mental health professional. Where can my emotion support animal go? Your ESA is allowed to live in your housing complex free of pet fees. They may also go to the airport and board in the cabin of the airplane during travel without paying any additional fees. Where are they not allowed? ESAs do not have the same privileges of service animals in public. They may not go into restaurants, stores, theaters, mall, and any other public accommodations. Please note that the travel letter does not apply to hotels. Always make sure to find a pet-friendly place to stay. What is the difference between an ESA and a service animal? An emotional support animal is different to a service animal in that it doesn't require any specific training. A service animal is specifically trained to assist an individual suffering from a disability such as visual impairment, which can be a guide dog, mobility impairment, hearing impairment, diabetes, or seizures. Service animals undergo a rigorous training program to develop skills that enable them to help the disabled person with a specific task. Training a service animal can take a very long time. Most working dogs require 1 to 2 years to be fully trained as a service dog with public access skills. You can train your emotional support pup in basic commands just in a few weeks. However, remember that your dog's training is never complete. It is important to continue with your dog's training program through their life. Not only it is good for your pet's mental stimulation, but it's also great for retaining the bond between you and your puppy. Why emotional dog training is important for those with anxiety, depression, and PTSD. 1 in 4 Americans has an emotional condition or mental illness. Having a dog well trained that you can rely on to behave in an appropriate manner, no matter where you are, can go a long way to curbing an anxiety attack in social and otherwise stressful situations. People suffering from conditions such as PTSD, depression, and anxiety need their animals with them wherever they go, not just at home. So, you want a well-adjusted, obedient dog, a dog that will behave appropriately both at home and in public places. Some dogs can even be trained to respond to certain cues. They will then respond in a manner that will lessen or even prevent the response to a stressful situation. For example, if a person suffers from claustrophobia, the emotional support dog could move between them or others to create a breathing room. A person who suffers PTSD with frequent nightmares could train their ESA pup to wake and comfort them during a nightmare. Emotional Support Animal Training 101. The 7 most important commands to teach an emotional support dog. It is never too soon or too late to start training your furry friend. If you have a puppy, start training as soon as you bring your pup home. Do not wait for the little hound to settle in. The most important things you can train them are potty training, recall, stay, leave it, sit, down, and settle. 2 tips on how to train a dog in basic obedience. Number 1, keep it positive. Only spend time training your pup when you're feeling positive. Reward correct behavior. Don't punish or acknowledge incorrect behavior. Number 2, keep it brief. Rather, break up your training into 2 or 3 10 to 15 minute sessions per day. Remember, ESA is an animal prescribed by a licensed mental health professional that provides therapeutic treatment to its owner. You should not register them. They are only allowed for travel and housing free of cost. Service animals are not the same and training is heavily encouraged. Please always stay educated and look into the laws that protect ESAs.